Okay, good evening. So we have here chapter 4, which is leadership and supervisory behavior. So our topic for today is about types of power and 10 power tools. So that will be our topic and our discussion. So before we proceed, I have here a saying. According to Margaret Thatcher, being powerful is like being a lady. If you have to tell people you are, you aren't. So what does that mean? So the quote starts off talking about being a lady. In this context, being a lady is not about just simply being female, but about having grace, dignity, poise, and then class, of course. If you have these characters or characteristic, they are clearly self-evident. So, ebidensya. If you have to tell people you have them, then they probably aren't very evident, right? Kay ikaw mismo niingon nga naa nga characteristic, so dili makita sa lang tao. And that's what the code is all about. If you are powerful, it is evident. Okay? As a person, a company, or even in a country or a government, it shows in many ways. So those who have remind others that they are powerful probably aren't really all that powerful. But those that are, okay, don't need to remind anyone. So mauna no. So di kay ipasigarbo na to nga we powerful ta, we have that capacity to lead. So different types of behavior is what we are. Okay, proceed. What is power? So what is power all about? So in leadership, leadership is an attempt to influence other individual, of course. If you are a leader, you are going to influence other people or your follower. So power is a real world issue. Those who understand power can use it more effectively. Power is the ability to induce a person to do something they would not have done otherwise. So according to M.F. Rogers, defines power as the potential for influence. So if you have the power, so you have the ability. Okay, you have the abilities to follow or not to follow or to influence other people. So that as power. So in leadership, a leader must have a power to command. So you have the power to command to do specific tasks for your followers, for them to follow you. So, but in some cases, okay, there are power also that the followers, they have the power not to do what you are going to do, or what you have unsay imong giingon nga ilang i-follow. So they also have a power. So power can be to the leader and of course to the follower as well. Okay, next. So a definition of power. An actor has a power in a given situation. Okay, in a situational power, to the degree that he can satisfy the purposes or the goals or desire or wants that is attempting to fulfill in that situation. So two perspectives on power. So power used to dominate and control the other. So power over, which is I am talking about the terms of leadership or the leader. So power used to work together with the other power. Okay, power with. So that will be the followers. Okay, so leadership and power for a clarification. So leadership is the use of power and influence to direct the activities of followers towards goal achievement. Okay, direct activities of followers towards goal achievement. Whereas when we talk about power, can be defined as the ability to influence the behavior of others and resist unwanted influence in return. Just because a person has the ability to influence others does not mean he will actually choose to do so. Power can be seen as the ability to resist the influence attempts of others. So that is power. So you have also the ability to resist the influence. So gaganahan, di ka. So you have the power also. Both the leader and the followers possesses powers. Okay, pero naran na nila o sao nila pag-act no sao nila paghimo. Okay, sao nila i-deliver ana nga situation. Okay, next is the types of power. So we are dealing about types of power. So unsa man mga types of power? So let's start with the referent power. So what is the referent power? Referent power refers to the ability of leader to influence a follower because of the follower's loyalty, respect, friendship, admiration, affection, or a desire to gain approval. Referent power is gained by a leader who has strong interpersonal relationship skills, of course, needed yun as a leader. Referent power, as an aspect of personal power, becomes particularly important as organizational leadership is increasingly about collaboration and influence rather than command and support. So from the word itself, referent, also you are going to refer. Okay, referent power person. So you are going to the ability to also mind of a leader to influence. Mm. And then there are also advantages. So the advantages to referent power means that people want to follow you because they are like a respect from you. They like a respect from you. It will shows that you have a very loyal band of followers. So the disadvantage is that to be able to have this kind of relationship, you need to be able to have a friendly yet business-like relationship with your employers. So a boss that doesn't have that relationship won't be able to have reference relationship with their employers. So that's it about referent. Example for big na to ang clarification. So si Stephen Fry is a classic example. He has a fan base of over 6,068,000 followers. So those people obviously respected him. To find out what he's doing, he has power over his followers. So another one is Lady Gaga. It is also one. She has 41 million followers in Twitter. So it is called Little Monster. So they have referent power. So that's why people like to respect them and also gain respect from them. So that is all about referent power. The ability to influence others. Ay, okay, balik. Wait. Saan naman eh? Okay, balikin natin ha. Okay, referent power refers to the ability of a leader to influence the follower because of the followers. So because of the followers na ay loyalty nimo. So that na ay respect nimo in terms of friendship. So they are going to refer. So mo na nagpasabot sa referent power. Okay, next one is we have here a business example. A businessman that has this kind of power is Nev Wilshire. The Wells businessman, he has a loyal band of followers within his company because of his amazing business skills, but also his attitude towards his staff. His staff love and respect him, but also adds up to a happy relationship. So kasagaran ang mga followers mo follow nimo ug mo respect nimo tungod ra pod sa imo nga behavior as a leader. So if you have that potential, that kind of characteristic as a leader, so people are going to love you and respect you also. So it's simple. If you want to gain my respect, you have to respect me. So that's it. So next is coercive power. So definition will be coercive power is based on the subordinate's fear of the leader, maintained by the use of threats and punishment. So di po na makalika dyan nga within the company baron or atong mga so work. Okay, we have this fear of the leader. So nabjay leader gyud nga mahadlok ta. So saan man na nato tungod kay usahay pod a leader maintained by the use of threats and punishment. So it often considered the most extreme form of autocratic leaders, authoritarian kumbaga, frequent use of reprimands and a hostile attitude, threatening subordinates with the loss of status, loss of employment, or in extreme cases, physical force. Okay, staff are often scared of being shouted at or being sanked. This fear empowers the manager. So there are other leaders or atong mga boss nga mostly kasagaran they are going to threaten us. Muwa na kay trabaho kung mo kaani or unsa man. So na ay mga threats. And then there sometimes goes towards physical force. So worst na na ang scenario. So especially also some in our working place. Okay, di ba dyan taganan o singkahan ta, especially when there are lots of people. So that is very man di na na maadyo as a leader, of course. So muna gitawag na coercive. So as a follower, so naani mo ang fear, di ba? So you are going to fear your leader and sometimes it leads to man din nakaganahan mo work, kinakaganahan mo follow niya because you are threatened and misrespected. Okay, advantages. So some, however, or few, can be motivated to work hard under this condition. So naiuban kay nga naman, di ba naiuban nga mahadlo ko ni kuana mo ni principal. Kinanglan mo huy mo kuana kay kasaban ko. So naapay nga na. If employees respond positively, then the workforce can have a very positive or productive output. Employees can be motivated to acquire similar levels of power. So the disadvantage will be few people can handle it. So di na pud kay daghan ang mga some will not tolerate it, leading to a high labor turnover. So this they are also makatunong ka og kanang follower nimo nga musukol. So na I conflict. Subordinates feel isolated and unable to communicate any ideas. So as a leader, ikaw ratanan storya. And then yung mga followers na untay ka suggest di na laman. Okay, limited communication. Ngayon naman, mahadlok. Okay, example, I'm teaching a very teamwork agile. Mahadlok ka og moingon mo sa data assignment. Kumbaga di maduulan. Kaya nga naman, stricta. Okay, no sense of positive motivation and reinforcement, of course. And then employees often don't feel wanted or appreciated. Okay, aside, singka-singkahan, ka-feel na kaog man ma-down. So, okay, business context, okay, a manager whose position is based on coercive power can often be effective on labor-intensive environments, such as in factories or call centers, where the mundane nature of the job requires extreme motivation. So, ang kaning coercive, kasagaran na ana siya sa mga labor-intense environments. Pwede na sa mga factories or call centers nga. Diba, grabe bitya po na diha sa mga ana nga mga work. So, pwede ang coercive madara siya diha. Kaya nga naman extreme motivation requirements. Okay, next is the legitimate power. So when we say legitimate power, the sense of power based on law and other formal authority such as terms of reference for a specific role or position. Okay, legitimate power is power you derive from your formal position or office held in your organization's hierarchy of authority. For example, the leader of an organization had certain powers because of the position he holds within the organization. So from the word is itself, legitimate. So naa si Jai, sige tawagan na, nasa Jai ka ng ipamatud-an nga usa siya ka leader. So, ibutang nato og nahimo sa diyang principal. So, of course, he is our authority to lead. Kinaaman sa diyang legitimate power to lead that certain organization. Kung nabutang po siya as a president, of course, he will do the job as a leader because he is or she is the president. So, man ay legitimate power within the law or naadjud kay basis nga ikaw jud sa ka-leader. Advantages and disadvantages. Okay, enables for a clear hierarchy. Okay, man ay advantage. So, clear kaadyo nga, okay, sadya ang principal, so sadya jud ang leader. Okay, organization structures. So, subordinates know exactly kinsa ang leader. Can often increase leaders' effectiveness in their way of being a strong role model, a sense of trust and vision, strong moral code, and high expectations, which can create a very productive workforce. Many people are used to accepting and using legitimate power. How about the disadvantage? Okay, this disadvantage will be leaders can sometimes abuse their power. So, di jud na malika dyan in a certain organization. Kasi diyaman ang head jud sa organization sa structure ninyo or organizational structure. So, siya ang himong leader. So, na posibilidad niya they're going to abuse. So, manubra rapot ang inyong pagka-leader. So, di na pwede pod. For example, miss deadlines or tries to exercise their power over those whom they do not have legitimate power over. So it doesn't always result in effective and flexible organizations. It gives employees power because of the rule rather than because they have particular skills and talents. Of course, bitaw na uban nga kay sadya malagi ang nahimong leader bisag wa sa jay skill and talent in that particular wa na mahimo kay na naman dito nga na may ibutang sa legitimate structural organization nga si jay leader, so wa na mahimo ang mga ubang followers. Okay, example, when the CEO determines the overall direction of the business and the resources needed, of course, CEO, so si judge ang leader, pinaka-high position. When a senior pastor uses their legitimate power to cast a vision, set the agenda, and organize staff effectively. When an executive pastor sets deadlines for subordinates to submit annual goals. And when a receptionist insists visitors check in before proceeding to the manager's office. Mga legitimate. Okay, next one is the reward power. Okay, from the word itself. A quick definition of reward is when someone is given and reward for work or for good work to motivated employees to work harder. So in a certain organization or in a what do you call it, in a work not a working place, so nabi dyan jud na gitawag nga okay kinsa may best employee karon nga week, so as a reward, so bisag unsa ra pud nga reward. Okay, next one is what is reward power? Reward power is the power to give someone a reward. Another definition eh. This could be because they have done a good job or all employees get a basic level of rewards. Rewards can be given in bonus or money of products that the business that they work for make. Okay, so lalain pa ng reward na ay sometimes a money or a certificate baron or a travel reward or free travel. Depende na po na. Okay, advantages and disadvantages. So advantages promotes good behavior, of course, increases sales, promotes loyalty to the business you work for. Okay, ma-motivate po ka og na kay makuha nga reward. So next one is the disadvantages. Rewards can lose its value if the same reward is keep given out. So balik na po ko ang reward, sometimes malos na po ko yung value. So dapat ay pud nga mohitag ang reward lahi. Okay, some things which people may consider a reward, others may not. Oh, di ba? So naiuban nga, amo na ni ang reward, more magdi kay ganahan basta more pangar the best nga reward. It also costs the business money as it pays for the reward. So of course, naiuban nga umukuhaan mo dyan ang money sa kumpanya kay hatag as a reward. So dapat ay sila ingana di ay. Okay, example of a reward. Okay, it is a example ni. So, Mall Valley Framer. So, kay 20% discounted. Easy movement within the business workplace pension and then respected pay. So, as a reward. Okay, next one is the expert power. The word expert. Okay, a person is very knowledgeable about or skillful in a particular area. Expert power, position of particular expertise, skills, and knowledge can give power. Personal expertise can and knowledge. So expert, diba, somehow when you are that expert or you have that knowledge in a particular situation, so you have become a leader. Sample sa school, even groupings, diba? So kung kinsa to'y bright, di ba, may imuon dyan nga leader. So, kasi itong knowledgeable, so, may give it, dyan, si dyan imuon na itong leader. So, expert power, another definition, ability to influence other parties based on expertise and knowledge. Expert power is an organization in the ability to influence the behavior of others in the organization based solely on past experience and expertise in a specific area. Okay, so as I am saying, so more on na expertise niya more on knowledgeable, very knowledgeable in a certain particular situation, a certain naamoy mga somehow kamao, and then siya mo ay na idea or skill ana, so may mahimong leader. Okay, advantage, prevent other employees acquiring their particular knowledge and skills. Offer subordinate some elements of their particular knowledge and skills to gain their support and respect. Staff are more willing to accept instructions. Disadvantage, okay, napang disadvantage po niya to bossy. Overconfident. If the expert knowledge is shared, his power will probably diminish over time. Okay, Johan, just take back to this. Expert knowledge is shared, so if you're an expert, okay, and you are going to share your expertise or knowledge, so may kang boss, ana. Pero somehow in the long run, ang imong mga follower nakagain ng idea and the knowledge within you, coming from you, okay, somehow power will be saman, probably diminished over time. So, kay ba naman ko, di na ko mag-need ni mo as a leader or as our kuan. Kay ba naman may usay pamaagi. So, nga na, dahil po, no, mo na dyan disadvantage, excuse me. If the expert does not share his knowledge, then an organization will not be as effective. So, mo po na disadvantage nga. O, di pa di mo i-share yung mga idea. So, di mo lang buang sa ka-organization. Okay, example here is a software engineer. So, in this situation, he is a software engineer and the company needs him. Okay. Your team and even your direct supervisor is an awe of your skills. They've come to you for help in writing the programming code. They have been assigned to compose, but then later on, as they know your tricks, okay, however, after about 6 months, almost all of your team members and quite a few of the department members have learned your tricks. So nakaibaw na sila and you are no longer sought out or listened to as much as you were before you shared your knowledge. So di nakapaminawa nila. It's not like before. Okay, you once were able to exert expert power, but that power has been severely diminished as you share the knowledge. So, mao na diri example. So, di na ka-need nila. So, nga mo kinahanglan pa man mi nga nakaibaw naman mi. So, mao po na nga na sa exert power. Okay, that's it. Mao na to siya ang say types of power. So, consequences of power. So we have here sources of power, which is expert power and referent power, legitimate power, reward power, coercive. Consequences of power. So in expert and referent, we have here commitment. And then legitimate and reward, we have here compliance. And then coercive, we have here resistance. So just a basic additional information lang eh. Okay, balik ko na to. We have 6. Okay, diba? So we have 6. Okay, it's balik ko na to. So, first we have your referent power. Next one is the coercive power. And the third one is the legitimate power. Fourth, reward power. And the fifth is expert power. Okay. So next is the 10 power tools. Okay, 10 power tools we have here. Persuasion, telling why as well as what. So you have to make questions. Okay. Kung wakasabot, mangot ka na. Okay. Patience, of course. Staying committed on goals or to goals. So if you want to achieve a certain goals, you have to make it hard. Work hard. Be patient. Okay. Gentleness. Not forceful when dealing with followers. So you have to be gentle, of course. If you are a leader, you have to be gentle towards your followers. Di kay, you know, rag, aw ka ng singka, you know, rag, saan yung mga buhaton, blah, blah, blah. So be gentle. And then teachableness. So you don't have all the answers, of course. Di sa tanang panahon na nakamauta. Kaya, as a leader, og di ta kamo, we are going to try to get information from our followers or from our other people. Okay. Kaya dapat nga na po no, saka leader. Acceptance. Okay, giving benefit of the doubt. Okay, if you fail, then you have to accept. If you have mistakes, you have to accept. So acceptance is the key to success. Okay. Next one is kindness. So did you know ha? Caring in relationships. So we have to be kind, even others are not. So be kindness. And then openness, giving full consideration. So you are going to be open in many cases. Pero depende na po sa situation, no? Okay, openness. And then compassionate confrontation. care. Okay, when your followers uh, have mistakes or didn't get what you want them to get, so you have to someone correct with care. Just simple. Uh, talk to them sincerely. Almost to ng gentleness, ane. Okay, so ayun na dyan yung storya di kay singkahan da dyan. Okay, di pa na maadyo. And then consistency, actions consistent with characters. Okay, so ug sa imo if you are a leader and in that particular situation or di kay karon leader grabe imo ala forceful ka jud ka very set goal jud ka and then imo actions di wa gipakita through actions so it should be actions louder than words, di ba? So, wala consistency. Na kay consistency sa imong work, sa imong as a leader, you have consistency. Okay, and then integrity. Of course, always have integrity. Actions match words and feelings. So, muna siya ang 10 power tools. Okay, we'll repeat. Persuasion, patience, gentleness, teachableness, acceptance, kindness, openness, compassionate, or confrontation, consistency, and integrity. So that's it for now. Okay, so those are a types of power and the 10 power tools of leadership and supervisory behavior. Okay, hope you learn from it and have knowledge from it from my discussion. Okay, thank you and then God bless us all.